那你就把法学那个作业取消了吧，我觉得没有必要存在，因为法学那个太可怜了，因为只卖那个小明星。
Recently, a female student who graduated from law school in China cried and complained that her monthly salary was 2,500 yuan, but her social security would be deducted by 1,800 yuan, and her daily salary was only a little over 30 yuan. After deducting living expenses, she was losing money every day. The girl collapsed and said, "I can't survive anymore," which resonated with netizens. On April 3rd, a video circulated online showed that a female college student who graduated from the law department cried and complained, "I just got off work, and my boss told me that my social security was deducted from my salary. The original salary of 2,500 yuan was deducted by 1,800 yuan for social security, leaving only 700 yuan. The daily salary was only a little over 30 yuan. She explained that the reason for paying Social Security is that in order to obtain a trainee lawyer certificate, you must have a record of paying Social Security. If you don't pay Social Security, you can't become a trainee lawyer. If you can't become a trainee lawyer, you can't become a professional lawyer. I have to pay 6 yuan for the subway to go to work every day, and then it's equivalent to 12 yuan for the subway every day. I have to eat, so I pay to go to work every day." The girl said that law students must have experience to be legal affairs of a company, and the competition for civil service exams is also fierce. You have to be a graduate student to become a judge or prosecutor. If you work in a law firm, you will be like me, unable to pay Social Security and even unable to hang up your certificate. She cried and said, "Nowadays, law students are so pitiful. I still rely on the money I used to make as a tutor and the money my grandparents gave me. Otherwise, how can I survive? I don't have a penny, and I have to work every day." The employment experience of this female law student resonated with mainland netizens. Some netizens said, "What you have experienced is what we have all experienced. Just stick to it. If you can't stand it, change your career as soon as possible." Don't cry, kid, you will get used to it slowly. Everyone is a cow or a horse. Lawyers and finance majors who don't have family support really shouldn't study. Medical students are even worse. They are really not human. How can these newly graduated children survive? In recent years, China's economy has continued to decline, and the employment environment has become increasingly worse. Thousands of college students cannot find suitable jobs and are forced to lie down and give up. On October 30th, 2024, a law graduate posted a video saying that he went to a law firm to find a job. The salary was only 1,200 yuan, and he had to work every day, and even such a job may not be available. There are also female college students who said that the employment rate of law students in their university is the lowest. Many law students said that in order to survive, they can only change their careers to do other jobs. Don't mention it. I became a technician as soon as I graduated from law school. A 24-year-old graduate went to work in a factory as a researcher, and now he has quit and stays at home.
Guangzhou, once a bustling city and the heart of China's top manufacturing region, is now in a state of almost unrecognizable decline. Bustling streets and once crowded shopping malls are deserted. The region's once powerful economy is facing challenges ranging from a slump in manufacturing to widespread business closures. Guangzhou, once a symbol of development, is now left with only traces of its glory days. Let's explore this issue in today's China in Focus program. What are you doing here? Today I came to visit my factory again. I built this factory in April 2015. Last year it went bankrupt, and I didn't have the courage to return and look at the old factory. At its peak, I had more than 20,000 square meters here. This was the old Guangzhou production base, where more than 380 people worked. The journey was not easy. This is also where I started my business in Foshan, Guangzhou. This is where I made the most money. It's really heartbreaking. Anyway, now that everything is bankrupt, there's no point in saying anything. I just want to go back and see the old factory, where there were dreams, where there was effort. The current situation in Guangzhou, you may not believe it after hearing it. Many large companies are cutting staff, and layoffs are happening everywhere. Many small companies are on the brink of bankruptcy and are losing money. Every day, I see many business owners with credit reports, either bad credit, wasteful spending, or debt. Many physical stores are trying to survive, but only a few are actually making money, like Starbucks or KFC. Inside, there are many middle-aged people pretending to go to work. The real estate industry and related sectors are even worse. Houses cannot be sold, and only state-owned enterprises buy land. They hold land but have nothing to do with it. The construction industry is even worse. In the secondary housing market, unless sellers take a huge loss, no one will even come to see the house. Many people even have to tear down old walls to patch up debts, struggling to stay afloat. To keep their businesses running, they max out credit cards, borrow from small lenders, and take out online loans. It's not that people don't dare to spend. They simply have no money to spend. I ran away. I brought a watch worth more than 100,000 yuan, a shirt worth more than 10,000 yuan, and 25,000 yuan in cash. I ran away. If your life is difficult, stop and listen to my story. You will definitely feel something. 3 years ago, I was a billionaire, a famous local businessman, and the chairman of Chenlin Group. Unfortunately, today, I appear before you as a failure. Now, I am no longer glamorous. I have sold all my assets, but still owe tens of millions of yuan. In the past 3 years, I have never experienced life as difficult as this. I cannot bear the debt collection from creditors, but the worst thing is that I cannot bear the passing of my parents. As a boss of the 8X generation, I once had a golden age. I owned many companies, a private factory of more than 20,000 square meters in Foshan, a mold factory of more than 6,000 square meters in Shenzhen, and an e-commerce base of more than 7,000 square meters in Guangzhou. But I destroyed them all with my own hands. After returning to Guangzhou after the Chinese New Year, I no longer go out for a walk at night. Today, after dinner, I took my child out for a walk. When I passed a residential area, I found that many shops were closed. I remember a few years ago when I moved here. This area was very busy, day and night, especially at night. There used to be many night food stalls in this area. But now, it's the same as the night market. Many shops are closed, quiet, and empty. This street is really deserted. Do people no longer eat late-night food? No longer go out for a walk at night? There are almost no people walking around. Even the big restaurants near the main street have closed. Small eateries and nail salons have also closed. Is business really that difficult this year? Jobs are hard to find, and running a business is not easy. Has everyone gone back to their hometowns to seek opportunities? No, it's just really too difficult now. You may not believe the current situation in Guangzhou. Look at how many shops have closed. Many businesses are cutting salaries and revenue. Small companies are losing money or are financially unstable. Many factories in this city shut down. You can see that the shops on the street are no longer being rented. Buildings are also lowering prices to attract customers. Many university graduates still cannot find jobs. Business owners have to move money around every month to avoid bankruptcy. Every month, they have to rely on credit cards to maintain expenses. When it comes time to pay salaries, if they spend just a little more, it might not even be enough to cover the rent. Nowadays, it's not that people don't want to spend, it's that they have no money in their pockets. For young people today, having no savings or debt is already considered good. Even the lending industry is struggling. You see, even though the pandemic has been over for a long time, why is everything getting more and more difficult? So now, no one really spends money lavishly anymore. We have to learn to save. Everyone, look at why the Panyu area in Guangzhou is so deserted. Most of the shops are closed, and there are few people walking down the street. I remember when I was in high school and came here, this area was very bustling. Now most of the shops are closed, and there is no one walking down the street. Maybe business is not going well anymore. I wonder if the economic recession has caused people to migrate to other cities. In addition, the Wanbei area, which is Wanda Panyu, might have attracted people since almost every area has a Wanda center. Look, many shops are closed, and there are very few people walking down the street, nothing like before. In 2013 and 2014, oh my God, it was really crowded, but now... Also, if you go outside the downtown area without any work, almost no one comes here. Now I see that many companies are the same. There are very few job openings here. In 2024, China's economic situation is worsening, and many companies and factories have to close early or send workers home for a long Lunar New Year holiday. Recently, at the intersection of Shangxiaju, the situation is not looking good. The once beautiful street corners are now empty. This area used to be filled with clothing stores and high-end goods, but now most of them have become warehouses for men's clothing stores or product displays. Cheap clothing stores now dominate here, and many famous brands have disappeared. Previously, shop rents could go up to 12 million per month, but now they have dropped to an unbelievable level, down by 80%. Men's clothing stores are now renting at a very low price, only about 20% of what they used to be. A shop at number 95 on this street used to be Guangzhou's first ramen shop, with a rent of up to 50,000 at that time. But now it is only 2,000 to 3,000. This was once a very developed area with many famous merchants and large stores. However, the current situation is bleak. Many stores have closed, and real estate values have plummeted. The items here are mainly cheap, and almost no one buys them anymore. To show Guangzhou's decline, a vlogger took viewers on a tour of one of the busiest and most touristy streets in the city. The scene was heartbreaking. Hello everyone, I am Mu Shui. After many years, I came to Guangzhou's Xiajiulu pedestrian street again today. Seeing the scene before my eyes, I was really stunned. There were fewer people walking around, and the shops were all closed. Xiajiulu has completely changed. People often say that e-commerce has defeated traditional stores. In reality, it is due to the economic recession and the decline in the immigrant population. The sky-high rents became the last straw, pushing traditional stores into a difficult situation. This used to be a bustling area, attracting many tourists and shoppers. Seeing the current state, one cannot help but feel regretful. This is Guangzhou's Wanda Bun Street, which was once lively but is now struggling. Most of the shops here are closed or rented out. Although this street used to be crowded, now the number of people passing by is no more than 10. Many stores, despite cutting prices in half, still cannot find tenants. Doing business this year is really tough. There are even stores that once cost millions to buy, but now they can only be rented at very low prices. Yet still, no one is interested. A restaurant owner in Guangzhou lamented the hardships he has faced over the past 2 years. He even said that business in 2024 will be more difficult than during the 2 years of the pandemic. Guangzhou has become so quiet now. Before, I could earn 2 to 3 days' wages in a single day, but now I only make a few hundred yuan a day. Where have all the people gone? Don't they need to eat? I don't know if you've noticed, but business this year is even harder than during the 3 years of the pandemic. Every industry is struggling. How miserable are the Chinese people living? The stories below also give us a panoramic view of the ordinary working class in China. These people account for 40 to 50% of the Chinese population. They are struggling with a hard life and do not have any support from the Chinese Communist Party government. In Nanjing, a divorced woman raised 3 children by herself. In order to earn living expenses, she tied her son to her body and sold fried rice at a construction site. Her name is Fei Fei, and she is a child who grew up in her father's takeaway truck. Dad takes her with him to deliver food every day, no matter if it rains or winds. Dad tells himself every day to drive slower and to bring Fei home safely at night. When he meets a client who lives in a high-rise building, his father always carries Fei upstairs. When he meets a client who lives on the ground floor, his father asks Fei to wait by the car. After taking a few steps, his father looks back to make sure that Fei is safe. Fei learned to cook and wash clothes by herself at a young age. It is true that a poor child has become the master of the family. Netizens were very distressed after seeing this. Someone wants to adopt her. Some people are angry and think it is a tragedy of the times. She is 19 years old. Due to family difficulties, she had to drop out of school and help her mother sell sesame seeds on the street. She gets up at 3 o'clock every day and works 12 hours. She said she also envies her peers who can go out and play, but she has no choice. She said she has no dreams. When asked, "If you get married in the future, will you come back to help your mother?" With tears on her face, she nodded and said, "Yes." Her mother revealed that she had divorced her husband and was raising her 2 daughters alone. One daughter is disabled and has to be taken with her wherever she goes. She said that her daughter feels distressed when she comes out to work at such a young age, but she has to do whatever she can to help her. Her only wish is to raise her 2 daughters. Difficult living conditions are not the biggest difficulty for these people struggling at the bottom. In order to increase her income, the mother of 3 in Nanjing wanted to run a night market at night. But the first time she went, the table was confiscated, and she was asked not to sell fried rice again. With her livelihood cut off, she was sent to the hospital in a panic. The poor child cried loudly as he watched his mother being carried away. China's economy is sluggish, and many people are in trouble and struggling to survive. A large number of college students are unemployed after graduation and live on the streets. Many young women even sleep in bridge caves, but are evicted. The most realistic scenes of the Chinese people's survival make people cry.